I stay at quite a few Airbnb's as I travel for work. Many people put a lot of effort into appointing their places just so, going for those high social media ratings. And that includes their choice of books. I'm in an Airbnb tonight and seeing the books they've included, I think I might like these people. So I've found a healthy number of books in this Airbnb I'm at. The books are cool. The Wi-Fi's not, so I have no idea what this connection is going to look like when this video comes out. But I'm still trying to bring you something fresh here now. Let's take a look at the books. These people have put a great collection here in this Airbnb. Now, that's either that they have a lot of cool books and they want to share them with their guests, or these are the ones they really didn't care about, which means they're totally not my kind of people. But I want to lean towards the other side of things. And let me share most of the books that are here, and definitely the ones that are best for my consideration. Disclaimer, I did have to research some of these books. I've read, well, just one of them. I've heard of some of the authors of the other ones, and then there was just stuff that kind of generally looked like my sort of thing. So I did the research, and here I have them to share with you. First up, we've got The Circle by Dave Eggers. It says on the cover, soon to be a motion picture. Yeah, motion picture already came out. This first book came out in 2013. It's dystopian science fiction. That's my jam. And it was a very successful book. It was adapted to film in 2017, and that was not a very successful movie. And as I looked into it, the reason it flopped is all the great themes that are in this book. They really didn't lean into much for the movie. They had a great cast, but, they did their Hollywood thing, and the movie lacked substance. So, good book here. Apparently, the movie is a waste of time. Next up, we've got The Sandcastle Empire by Kayla Olson. This is a 2017 novel, more dystopian science fiction, where the world has been taken over by a revolution, and this powerful group now controls all the resources and is hoarding, and people on the outside are out of luck. And this one protagonist, this young girl, she's lost everything, all her possessions, her family is dead, but she has learned the coordinates of one safe, neutral space still on the planet, an island. And she makes her journey there, finds other people like-minded to join with, and unfortunately then finds that this island is not the paradise they had hoped, but instead may be more dangerous than the world they've just escaped from. Looks fascinating. It actually has pretty good ratings, and good book. Okay. Science fiction, dystopian, can't go wrong there. Then we move into two books. You can see them here. These are by Kender Blake. The first two books of the Three Dark Crown series. So we've got Three Dark Crowns, which came out in 2016, and then One Dark Throne that came out in 2017. Young adult romantasy. Okay, people, that's not my thing. I can do young adult stuff, that's fine. Romantasy, not so much. But it's still heavily in the fantasy realm, and these were decently rated on Goodreads, averaging around 4 stars. So, okay, quality in. Hardcovers, they took off the dust jackets. Who knows? Those get destroyed by people anyway. But there you go. Then we've got more young adult romantasy, a very nice looking book here. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I'd heard of this already. This is her 2018 novel that is book one of her The Folk in the Air series. Now 3 books strong, with some novellas as well. Highly rated on Goodreads, around a 4.3 average. Again, hardcover. No dust jacket, but again, those just get in the way. Now we take a turn to something very different. We've got The Somnambulist. I know, try to say that word. It's always a little tricky. By Jonathan Barnes. This one has a dust jacket. Unfortunately, that's one of the best things it maybe has. I wasn't familiar with this 2007 novel. I did a little research. It's kind of tough to pin down what genre it really is. Mystery, horror, steampunk fantasy, little historical fiction. The uncertainty behind that might kind of lean into the fact that it's kind of in how people think of this book. Its rating on Goodreads, very average. It doesn't seem to have made much of a splash. Too bad. They can't all be winners. Then we've got another book I'd heard of, The Judas Strain by James Rollins. This is more science fiction, and it's a bit of a thriller. Oddly, it's book 4 of a series, but the series is a group of separate novels following the adventures of Sigma Force. So you could just read this book and be okay. If you'd read the first 3, you're familiar a little bit more with the characters, but the books themselves don't seem to tie in as like one overall story. Each one is its own story, and the Judas Strain seems fascinating. Sigma Force is an elite U.S. group of special forces operators who have all specialized in different scientific specialties. Sorry, that's redundant. And they get sent out for special missions where that kind of expertise is needed. In the Judas Strain, there is a plague that is taking over the world. It's horrific. It may wipe out humanity. And these guys are on the job to try to solve the puzzle of this virus, how to stop this plague before time runs out. 4.17 stars on Goodreads, so pretty popular. Then we've got The Husband by Dean Koontz. The book has a fake signature. Can you see it? There it is. It's embossed. No dust jacket, but all of these books, like this one, are in really nice shape. These people do take care of their books. I appreciate that. And they don't smell like cigarette smoke like some library books do. These are really nice. And Dean Koontz, guys, come on. Dean Koontz. This is a book, a 2006 suspense thriller, like most of Koontz's works are. It's actually not rated all that high on Goodreads, not as high as some of his other ones. But if you look at the Dean Koontz books on Goodreads, many of them aren't rated highly. He's a niche writer. If you like his style of suspense thriller, this book will be great, I'm sure. And if you don't like it, then you bash it. So I like Koontz. I've read just a few of his books. They were good for me, so I'd probably enjoy this one. Okay, 2 left. These last 2 books seal the deal on these being solid people running this Airbnb, because look what I found. Hardcover edition of Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. And again, the book's in great shape. Has its beautiful dust jacket still. Nice. I don't think I'd actually ever held a hardcover of this book. So that was kind of fun to find. Of course, this is Brandon Sanderson's 2009 standalone novel in the Cosmere universe. He wrote this before he'd written much of what exists of the Cosmere now. And there will eventually, we believe, still be a direct sequel to this book, but there are many tie-ins from this book to other books in the Cosmere. It's a great read, a nice standalone novel right now. I do recommend Warbreaker to any fantasy fan. It's a great place to start reading Brandon Sanderson if you haven't touched any of his stuff yet. And the other book, okay, this one's bizarre. It's a paperback they got here for me, but I mean, this takes nerve, boldness for someone to put in their Airbnb. Deadpool and Philosophy. This is a comical philosophy book based upon the life and experiences of Deadpool. You know, Wade Wilson of the Marvel Comics universe. And if you've never read any of the Marvel comics, you've at least heard of the movies, which really do a great job of catching the flavor of what Deadpool is all about. This book seems to ooze that wit, that sarcasm, that abrasive humor that is Deadpool. It just seems to scream it while also trying to slip in a few salient points of philosophy. A very fascinating book. It's edited by a couple of people and has contributions by many different authors who just go all in and have fun writing the philosophy of Deadpool. It has some brilliant section titles. Consider The Anti-Hero's Journey. How much Deadpool is too much Deadpool? How shitty can a hero be? And why we love to watch Deadpool play with himself. Yeah, classy titles. If you love Deadpool, you'd probably love this book. If you're easily offended, stay away from this book. There's a quotation on the back. You know, they get other authors and writers and people to give comments, and there's one that says here, wait, they actually made this book? I thought that was a joke Wade was telling everyone to try and get into the X-Men again. Oh, and a word I don't use. Guess I need to go into hiding. Not sure if Canada's far enough away even for this. Wolverine. Fun stuff. All right. These are the books that I found in this Airbnb. Delightful, entertaining. And if you found this entertaining, this is the time to let me know. Go ahead and hit that like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we hope you will. And check out all the other things Zach and I have here on Fantasy for the Ages, where father and son just like to talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.